honored to publish their book in honor of Dr. Zakir Husain, who is well known for his extraordinary contribution as President of India.
It's a great honor indeed to have in our midst Chief Justice Ahmadi, and I'm surprised that in our general conversations we always address Chief Justices as Justice Ahmadi, ex-Chief Justice of India. I've never understood why being a judge is permanent and being Chief Justice is not. But may I refer to you in what I think is the appropriate way, Chief Justice, former Chief Justice of India, or Chief Justice of India. Honor again that we have amongst us one of the brightest young judges that we know in our times, Justice B.D. Ahmed. And to combine this two generations, or several generations apart maybe, but two separate generations of outstanding judges of our country, someone who's a sharp, watchful eye on what judges do, and indeed a great inspiration for all of us who subscribe to the intellectual side of law in jurisprudence. We have here Professor Upen Bakshi, someone that has inspired several generations of young lawyers. I'm particularly grateful that the publisher, Mr. Upadhyay, is someone who has reached out and offered opportunities for these remarkable books. And then finally my colleague, Mr. Lokendra Malik, who is a tireless taskmaster in ensuring that these books keep coming out. I keep saying, when and how will we be able to call it a stop? I hope that doesn't happen, but the subjects could get expanded. Justice Badr Ahmed is here, and I hope that the next book will be about someone that Justice Badr Ahmed has been close to, his father, who again was President of India. And I think it would be appropriate that we work towards a book on President Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed Saab. Distinguished friends and colleagues, I would think the greatest service I can do to a wonderful evening like this is to give the maximum time to hear those who are on the stage with us, rather than inflict upon them something that I have to say. If you have to say something and you put it in a book, I guess that's where you should stop. There's nothing further to add if you've done a book. This is not a book that we've really authored. This is a book that we've edited. We've put together some lectures that we've collected from various friends over the years and put them together in a tribute to the former president and my grandfather, largely inspired and largely instigated and pushed by my colleague Lokendra Malik. But I do want to say this, Chief Justice, on this occasion, that there are a lot of young aspiring lawyers here this evening, and there are some wonderful things happening in our legal system which began around your time, but which have now expanded beyond anyone's imagination. And that is how interns are coming in lawyers' offices, and interns are coming away from law colleges and law universities to spend time watching how judges conduct themselves. And I think it's a fascinating experience for them. Not only will we get much better informed lawyers and effective lawyers in future, but I think we'll also get some outstanding judges, because they have a chance to see brilliant judges function at this point. And therefore I believe that these events that we've been able to have a few, and today we will dearly miss Justice Sikri, who's not well, who has been more than generous with his time, that every time we've imposed ourselves upon him, he's here. He has been a great contributor to pushing forward the idea of thinking about law in the public and amongst informed people, and to let law grow. And I must say that this is such an event and this such a moment on which I believe the best service I could do is to ensure that we give the maximum time to three outstanding speakers that we have here. I acknowledge with great gratitude your presence here. I believe that you have a very difficult time, particularly for sitting judges, to find the time to be here with us. But I hope that when you return this evening, you will have thought that this has been a worthwhile evening, and that all of us from here will go back with very fond memories. Thank you very much and welcome once again.
Zakir Saab was vice president, and my aunts were very close to the family, and I had visited them just before the Republic Day celebrations. Zakir Saab took us around, and he showed me very lovingly, he showed me his stone collection. Zakir Saab, having been the president of India at that time, and me being a son of a colleague, or rather a friend, he spent some time taking me around, showing me his stone collection, and explaining as to how and why he loved stones.
But one of the phrases he used to describe me was, quote unquote, eminent jurist. And it reminded me of an occasion when I went to South Gujarat University as its vice chancellor. And Krishna Iyer wrote me a letter. And he said, congratulations, you've become so-and-so of such and such university. He said, my dear Upen, I'm very pleased you've become this and that. But let me remind you of George Bernard Shaw. And George Bernard Shaw said, the more eminent a person is, the more he or she has done to be ashamed of. When I was in the office in Delhi, or before that in Surat, everybody called me an educationalist. We have a wonderful culture in which everything comes ex officio. आप एक खुर्श में बैठ जाए तो आप एजुकेशन बन जाए रातों रात अचानक.
One thing I am delighted about is the return of Salman Khurshid to the bar. A few years back, when I was in Bangalore, I used to stay at the Raj Bhavan, and his father, who was then the governor there, once told me, Ahmadi Saab, Salman se kaho, ye politics chhod ke wakalat kare. I conveyed that message to him. At that time, he told me, my first love is politics. So I am here today only because I was wanting to sit in the audience, which I was denied. And I have not yet read any part of the book. But I knew that from earlier readings that Zakir Saab was a very, very eminent educationist.
My Lord, Honorable Mr. Justice A.M. Ahmadi, former Chief Justice of India. My Lord, Honorable Mr. Justice B.D. Ahmed, Judge, Delhi High Court. My esteemed teacher, respected Professor Upendra Bakshi, former Vice Chancellor, University of Delhi, and Professor Emeritus, University of Warwick, United Kingdom. My esteemed senior, Sri Salman Khurshid, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court, and former Union Minister of Law and Justice and External Affairs. Justice P.S. Narayana, my colleagues from the bar, my colleagues from the academics, law students, media persons, ladies and gentlemen.